I'm joined by Kyle Balgames. Welcome, Kyle.
How are you?
Raja Suleiman with Orzhov.
Max McVitie.
Congratulations, Brian DeMars.
Zach Allen.
I wouldn't be here without these guys, though. So.
And the champion of Proto Counter-Attack here, Ari Lax.
All right, welcome everybody to beautiful RW Hives and Games in Livonia, Michigan, where we are making magic happen. We got some more Paper Pioneer for you. I can't put the format down. I like it too much. It's really sweet right now. There's a lot. It feels like there's a lot of degenerate stuff happening, but it's all like kind of on the same level, and it's just there's a lot of viable decks. I think it's really sweet. So
yeah, I think there's a lot of room for exploration still in this format. I don't think it's been set in stone by any means yet.
No, I mean we are starting to see some decks kind of pull ahead, but definitely still a lot to be explored. Still a lot to just play around with, just kind of learn the decks still. So we're just going to jam some more. I'm playing my favorite deck today, Jeskai Lukka. This is the deck I think I would register if I was going to play in a tournament tomorrow, so I want to keep exploring it. For those that don't know, Lukka is a 5-mana planeswalker that basically polymorphs. I exile a creature and then flip cards from the top of my library until I hit a creature with CMC greater than the card I exiled, and then that goes into play. And basically I have a lot of things that make tokens in the deck, and then Agent of Treachery is the only actual creature, so anytime I exile a token, I'm going to get an Agent of Treachery. I've got Shark Typhoons to make tokens, Omen of the Sun to make tokens, Birth of Meletus, and Castle Ardenvale. Ton of ways to make tokens. And I've got a bunch of powerful enchantments too. Fires of Invention, Elspeth Conquers Death, Omen of the Sea to kind of find stuff. And ECD actually works really well with Agent because, you know, I use the Agent the first time, trade it off in combat, maybe you kill it so that I can't Yorion blink it, which I'll get to in a second, but Agent dies or goes to the graveyard from Nahiri discarding it, and then comes back with ECD, so a lot of ways to abuse Agent. Lukka can get it out of my deck too. Also Nahiri can, if I ultimate Nahiri, I can use Nahiri's -8, get an Agent, steal one of your things, end the turn, Agent comes back to my hand, I can cast it the next turn, steal more things. And once I get an Agent in play, I can blink it with Yorion, the Sky Nomad. And yeah, Yorion is also just good at blinking the enchantments. And then I have Narset and Teferi because every blue-white deck in the format should be playing Narset and Teferi. Why wouldn't you be doing it? Those cards are probably too good, but we'll be playing.
And fun to play against too, which is the best
it's so
part.
great to play against.
It's always a positive player experience every single time.
So what have you brought to beat my enchantment planeswalker deck, Raja?
Well, I've brought the superior blue-red X nonsense deck.
Sure, definitely nonsense. Keyword nonsense.
Yeah. I'm playing Grixis, Bolas, Grixis Downfalls.
Grixis Downfalls. Shout out Corey Burkhart for the record.
Yeah, what's up, Corey? This deck is like a lot of mopey to good cards, but it's just fun to play. So, it starts with the Important Core, 4 Fatal Push, 4 Thoughtseize, Thought Erasure for more discard effects. I'm playing Carnival Carnage. I really like this card. I think it's a good card when you want to be able to answer Elvish Mystics and Landware
Elves.
Landware Elves, is that what it's called?
Yep.
Landware Elves. But not have a bunch of cards that just end up being Fatal Pushes and then end up failing in matchups like this. Although Fatal Push can hit a token before Zach polymorphs it, or in response I should say. But this card is like nice because it's a Mind Rot. It's got a 4-mana sorcery called Carnage on the back end that says deal 3 damage to a player and they discard 2 cards, which is probably going to be the mode I'll use if I play against Zach and I draw this card.
It's actually surprisingly good against this deck. Despite this deck being good at grinding with people that don't interact, it's not actually very good at getting cards in hand. It doesn't do that particularly well. It's got, like, Nahiri's good at getting selection. It's got Omen of the Sea for selection, but it's not good at drawing a bunch of cards. And with the change of the companion rule, I have to put Yorion in my hand a turn before I can use it most of the time.
Yeah.
So Mind Rot's really good against that. You can just knock the Yorion out of my hand before I get to use it.
Yep, exactly. So like this is a way to, if you're trying to build a deck and have access to black-red in this Pioneer metagame, I recommend trying this card. I think it's actually pretty well positioned. Yeah, we'll see. But we got Dreadbore, good ways to answer Teferi, Narset, a lot of planeswalkers in this format, any creature. Drownlock's a cool card in this deck because we do have a lot of removal, we have a lot of discard, so we fuel our opponent's graveyard and then use Drownlock as a flexible removal / counter spell. Jaceman's Prodigy is a good card in decks that have a lot of instants of sorceries and we flip it. We have a decent amount. Kolaghan's Command is a decent value card. We have a lot of important creatures we want to loop back. A nice one-up for Jace to be able to find. And I'm playing 4 of each of these Throne of Eldraine adventure cards. It's just nice to have removal that isn't just gone when you're done with it. These present threats to pressure planeswalkers, to block creatures. Merge Rider has lifelink, which is really nice in a deck that uses life a lot as a resource. Then we have Nicol Bolas the Ravager, which is kind of the incentive to play this deck. It's a 4-mana 4/4 flyer. When it comes to play, your opponent discards a card, and then you can pay 7 mana to flip it to Nicol Bolas the Arisen, which is a planeswalker that ends the game in short order. And then we have Kalidas, Trader of Get, a card I think I really like in this deck because we have so much removal and we want that lifelink. Just presents a lot of threats once you're playing against a creature matchup. Just a very good card in general. Sees a lot of modern play, good in Pioneer as well. And then last but not least, we have Nicol Bolas the Dragon God. Just kind of our control finisher that isn't a creature. Cool card, hard to cast. Not sure if it's better than like Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, but it's pretty strong. Its +1 is really very powerful. It's a clean 2 for 0 basically.
Yep.
If you get one of these going and your opponent's stumbling at all, it's gonna take over the game really fast. And it does have access to all your planeswalker abilities. So if I do have flips Nicol Bolas the Risen, Jace Prince Prodigy, or if I'm playing against cards like Teferi, Nahiri, and Narset, it has more text than it even reads. So.
Yep. Nicol Bolas is an insanely powerful card that's never really found a home, so it's cool to experiment, see if you can find a good shell for it, because just the rate and the things it does for what it does is ridiculous. Just Grixis hasn't been great, but maybe you found the shell here. Yeah,
I honestly, if Nicol Bolas was like Esper or Jeskai colored, it actually might have been like a very powerful planeswalker for when it was legal.
Yeah, it might have been one of the best cards in Standard.
I mean, it's still legal, but it's just
was any other color than Grixis.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically, can you imagine if instead of blue, black, red, it was blue, black, green? Oh my God.
Yeah.
You get to play that in Earl, it'd be so ridiculous.
For sure.
All right, let's shuffle up in battle.
Let's do it. All right, Zach, you've been doing really good at these side rolls.
Yeah,
so,
I still haven't won one in like a long time. Even?
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 No, you picked wrong, buddy. Gazad.
This is unbelievable. I'm like 0 for 20.
Alright, my hand is decent. I'll try it.
My hand's pretty bad, but I kind of have this policy in this deck where I don't mulligan hands that have spells, ways to find things in all my colors, so I'm going to keep.
Alright, I will play a Field Passage and pass.
I'm going to play Tap Steam Vents, pass back.
I'll fetch. Get a Swamp.
Swamp.
Draw. Cast Thoughtseize.
Alright, I've got an Omen of the Sea, 2 Lukas, and 4 lands.
How many Lukas are you playing?
Or I have 2 Lukas, I have 4 in my deck.
You have 4 in your deck?
Yeah.
It's an interesting spot. Luka's just so threatening that I think I'm just going to go ahead and take a Luka and take another Luka.
Jeez, okay.
I don't really want to give him selection here when he's only got lands, but those Lukas are just really good.
Down to 16. I'm going to play an island and pass to you.
I will play a Summit and pass to you.
End of turn.
Yeah?
Play an Omen of the Sea.
Alright.
Scry 2. Alright, we got a land we definitely don't want. This card's good though, I think. Not so much because... Well, I already lost my Luka, so it doesn't really do that. But if I draw another Luka, it'll be good. And it's just good to get it in play because of Yorion. Alright, draw for turn. I'm going to play the Plains Raja knows about and pass to you.
Alright, I'm going to stomp you.
Stomp! I'm at 18.
And then I will play Bone Crusher Giant.
Yep.
And pass.
In a turn, I'm going to play an Omen of the Sun and get tokens. Where are tokens? Here. Makes human soldiers.
Nice.
I got those. Human soldiers right there. I had more somewhere, but whatever. We're good. Alright. Draw for turn. It's a really good one to follow up with the last play I had. I'm going to play a Narset Parter of Veils. She's going to tick down to 3. And I will reveal a Lukka Coppercoat Oddcast.
Can't stop you from doing it.
No, you can't. And then I'm going to play a land for turn. It's going to be a tap Sacred Foundry and pass to you.
Alright. I will attack your Narset.
I'll block with a soldier. You've done good, Omen of the Sun token.
I will cast or Swift End on your Narset.
Narset down.
And land, go.
Alright. I'm going to draw for turn. So, Raja left up a very sketchy 1 black mana. Fatal Push does break up the Lukka situation. So I think what I'm going to do is just play this Plains I drew and pass.
Oh man, he bought it.
Hit me with the good bluff action.
Alright. This feels like Zach might have a Shark Typhoon.
I don't have anything. What are you talking about?
He also just be using his turns to pop his Omens or something. Yeah, how many cards in hand?
4.
How many do I know? I know of Luke obviously, but is there any
You
more
know
lands I
these
still
two.
know about? I know about the Hell Fountain? Okay. Okay, I'll start by attacking.
I'll cycle a Shark Typhoon.
Okay.
3. Shark. Go to blocks.
Okay. Alright, I'm actually pretty happy about the exchange, because now I'm going to go ahead and pay 2, and then, cast a Nicol Bolas.
Yep.
And I will plus my Nicol Bolas.
Alright, so I think the thing I'm supposed to exile here is the Supreme Verdict that's in my hand.
Makes sense. Good.
Doesn't really do anything on this board. Draw. Alright, I'm gonna go to combat. Technical Bolus.
Yep.
You have 1 card in hand?
2. So I drew off this.
Ah, sure. So I still feel like it's super likely he has a Fatal Push. I don't think that's changed.
Yeah, I mean, I did shock my Steam Vents into play, so.
Yeah. He might just be bluffing it because it's the only thing he can do. But if I expose Lukka, I'm going to get downfalled pretty quick, I believe. That said, it might still just be right to just make Raja have the thing. I could get behind that. It's just, I've never given you a... You could have Fatal Pushed the Shark Typhoon, I guess, but I still don't think you would have. Maybe you would have. I don't think you would have, though. So I'm just going to play a Birth of Meletus here. It's going to get me a Plains. I might be giving it too much respect, but I think it's warranted here. Get a Plains in my hand. I'm going to put Yorion in my hand. And play this Hallowed Fountain you knew about and pass to you.
Okay. Alright. I'm going to start by plusing Nicol Bolas.
Okay. I'm going to exile my Birth of Meletus.
Okay. You have how many cards?
I have 4 cards.
Alright.
So I don't think I would have exiled Birth, except for I only have 3 planes in the list. I naturally drew 2. I already got the 3rd, so I don't get any blink value off of it. So I think it's a pretty easy exile there.
Makes sense.
I'm losing out on an 0-4, but an 0-4 is not that good against you anyway. So I don't think it's the end of the world by any means.
Alright, I'm going to cast Nicol Bolas, the Ravager.
Yike.
Trigger.
Big yike. Alright. Now I'm going to discard the planes.
Okay. And then I'm going to play Thought Erasure.
Alright, I have Omen of the Sea, Lukka, and Yorion.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take Yorion.
Okay.
Surveil. I'll put that in the graveyard. And pass.
Alright, draw for turn. I think I'm gonna start the turn off by cracking a Fabled Passage. I'll get a mountain. I'm still giving him respect for Fatal Push, although you could also just have like a Carnival Carnage. All of these seem pretty reasonable to me. What I really need to do is answer either one of these Nicol Bolases this turn.
Yeah, I'm really hoping Zach doesn't find like an ECD here. That'd be really unfortunate.
That's kind of what I'm going for.
But even like, I think like a Chain of the Rocks answers my Nicol Bolas here.
Chain of the Rocks would be good. Alright. So I'm going to start my turn off by casting Omen of the Sea.
Yep.
Alright.
Just feels like both are one.
This is tough. So this does answer one of the Nicol Bolases, which would be good. But it doesn't get rid of my other Nicol Bolas problem. That said, I think it's okay. So, yeah, I'll draw this. And then, I'm just going to go for it. I think Raja might have the push, but... Oh, wait. Then I don't get the scry. Ooh, maybe that's bad.
Oh, that's interesting.
Huh.
Well, you don't get the scry if it doesn't work out, or if it works out. Like, either you're getting an agent, or you get to keep your scry. You don't lose both.
It's true. The other thing, though, is that if I do it this way, and you have the blowout, this thing flips next turn, and then I don't think I can win anymore. Alright, I'm just going to make the safer play and Chain to the Rocks this.
Yeah, that seems like a
Put on my
no-brainer.
mountain.
Yep.
And then I'll hit Nicol Bolas for 1.
Yep.
Alright, here you go.
It's interesting. I will plus Bolas.
We will exile Omen of the Sun at this point.
Okay. That's a pretty nice one. Yeah, so I think... How much loyalty does Lucas start with?
5.
5.
Either goes down to 3 or up to 6.
A lot of options here. I think I want to protect my Bolas. But I don't think this is going to get better than this, so I think I'm going to go ahead and just fire this off. I'm going to Carnage. Have you discard a card?
Alright, goodbye, Luca.
You take
I
3.
take 3. Yep, 15.
And I will pass.
Alright, so never got to really use it. It's also interesting that you didn't cast Murderous Rider and could have. I'm going to attack Nicol Bolas.
So I think at this point we've seen 3 of the Lucas gone, so I don't need to sit in here and wait till you target it with a Luca. I think it's fine for me to just start preserving my loyalty on my Nicol Bolas. So.
Alright, so I was right to play around it most of the game. Although you might have just drawn it, but I think I was still right. Second main, I'm going to cast a Narset.
I think that's trouble. I think we need to draw and lock that.
Wow!
Yeah.
Just has all the things.
Yeah, I was thinking about whether or not I want to just play the Rider, protect my Bolas that way, and leave Drawn on the lock.
Sure.
But I don't think the Carnival for Carnage is going to get better than right then and there.
Makes sense.
So I will, this is not in play. I will draw, activate Nicol Bolas.
I'll exile this, I guess.
Okay. I will play my Murderous Rider.
Yep.
And play a land and pass.
End of turn, I'm going to crack an Omen of the Sea to scry 2.
Yep.
That's awkward. That's real awkward. Alright. I'm gonna leave those. Draw. I'm gonna play this tapped and pass to you.
Oh, so Zach has an agent treachery. That's really interesting. Alright. Does that change anything? Does that change anything at all? Well, we don't have another target other than to plus here. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and do that.
Exile my Omen.
Draw. That's also pretty interesting. So we have an answer in our own. Okay. So I'll go ahead and attack you for 2.
13.
We go up to 14. I'm gonna play a Nicol Bolas, which now makes it so that if Zach tries to take this, I can flip this and kill it, which is nice. And I'll play a land pass.
Alright. He called the Agent of Treachery. I'll cast it.
Yep.
And then take this.
Oh, this doesn't work the way I want it to.
No, it doesn't.
I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I mean, I did have another play, but yeah, okay.
Alright. And then I'll -3 on that.
Yep.
This goes down to 4. Here you go.
Now we need to.
Your deck's all downfalls. You have to have an answer, right?
It's unfortunate. I'll attack.
Block.
Right. 16. Good. Actually, I'm gonna fire this off for the scry.
Sure.
I'll put the field push in the graveyard. Good.
Draw. Oh, it's nice to be able to draw some cards. Plus. You want to exile something?
Yeah. Get rid of the swamp here.
Alright, I'm going to play a land and pass to you.
I'll attack my Nicol Bolas.
Block. Agent of Treachery is just so good.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to play against.
I love it. Oh, this card is nice.
Good.
And in turn, I'm going to cycle Shark Typhoon for X = 6.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
Get a 6/6 Typhoon Shark guy. The RW is a 6. So I'm going to draw off that and then draw for turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to crack this now, get blue. Man, Teferi's a card I would have liked to play in this deck, and Nicol Bolas is a pretty good impression.
Oh, yeah. You mean Teferi, Hero of Dominator?
Yeah.
Yeah, card's messed up. I wish I had one of my own.
Alright, plus this, draw a card. Alright, interesting. I think I'm going to chain to the rocks your Murderous Rider.
Okay.
And then I am going to play a Teferi Time Raveler.
Great.
I'm just going to take him up to 5 and then attack you for 6.
12.
Here you go.
Alright. You got it. I got land in Thoughtseize.
Oh man, that's so good. So I'm going to get to draw 2 cards, Teferi Bounce, pick up Agent of Treachery, steal some lands, start plussing, hit some more lands.
Yeah, Zach, we get it. You're doing pretty good.
It looked like I was in pretty bad shape there for a minute too.
Oh yeah, Agent was like one of your last draws ever that.
So I saw, I was like, I had exiled lands before, and I saw it on top of the land. I was like, I want to bottom this land, but
yeah,
your discard doesn't stop this, so.
Yeah, discard spells, Nicol Bolas. Yeah, that was a tricky spot.
Alright, we're back post board. So for me, I think it's pretty easy to cut the sweepers. I'm going to get all of them out of there. Raja just doesn't flood the board enough for them to matter. You saw how awkward Lukka was in game 1, where Raja can just leave up mana the whole time and kind of stop me from really using it. I still want it to be something I have access to, but honestly, I think a better plan is to just cast Agent, like you saw was how I win the game. And so I'm gonna still have access to Lukka, but I think going down to 3 copies is better. I'm gonna cut 1 Omen and 1 Birth because I have less Lukka. I'm less reliant on needing the token, and I'm gonna cut 1 Chain to the Rocks because I just don't think you have that many creatures. That might hurt me when we see your sideboard plan, but I still think it's the right thing for me to do. I'm going to be boarding in 3 Dream Trawler. I had Resolute Angel or Archangel or whatever it was before. I've moved on to Dream Trawler now because I wanted a way to be able to Graph Digger's Cages popping up, and while Dream Trawler is 6 mana, it's still something I can Lukka into that's also just like a fine thing to draw that can kind of take over the game on its own, and is good against all the aggressive decks in the format, so I like Dream Trawler. And then I'm boarding in my 5 counter spells I have access to because Raja has a lot of non-creature spells, a lot of things I like to counter, like your Planeswalkers or maybe your removal spells or whatever it is. So that's what I'm doing. What are you doing, Raja?
Yeah, so I'm boarding out Fatal Push. You know, I have other removal spells to help break up the Lukka combo. Zach's creatures aren't very good. You just have to reluctantly kill them in response to Lukka. Or happily kill them in response to Lukka, but reluctantly kill them in other spots of the game. So I'm trimming on the Fatal Pushes. You know, if deck lists weren't face up, Zach might still respect it. Either way, it's a card that I don't want to have too many copies of in my deck. Cletus is another card that doesn't really do anything against Zach's deck. The only creatures he plays are basically tokens, so it doesn't even trigger ever. And then Kolaghan's Command didn't seem like it did too much. I mean, I can use it to like kill a guy and make him discard a card, but leaving up 3 mana is a little too much, so I don't have to do that. I'm bringing in 3 Thief of Sanity. This is a card that I've been seeing pop up in some of the blue-black mid-range decks.
Yep.
It's a card I love playing with in Standard. Teferi kind of ruined that, and Zach's playing Teferi.
I was gonna say,
but
that thing's always been like the worst thing ever to be bounced by Teferi.
Right, yeah, and like obviously I don't want that to happen, but like I have access to like 6 discard spells to try to push it through. And if I ever do connect once, it's probably going to be very, very good for me. Then we have 4 counter spells, 2 disable strokes, 2 negates. Pretty self-explanatory. Once again, cards that you don't want to have in your hand once Teferi is in play, because that card's a lot of fun to play against. Teferi is just one of the most enjoyable play experiences in Magic, and not representative of 2019 at all.
Yeah, I will say though that like Teferi deadens counter spells from a lot of decks, but we joke that your deck is all downfalls.
Exactly.
You can actually get rid of it.
Dreadbore, Stomp,
Yep.
Murderous Rider, Nicol Bolas minus. There's ways to deal with it. It's still not enjoyable to interact with, but at least it's not just game over when it sticks.
Yep.
So yeah.
All right, let's shuffle up in battle.
Okay. My hand is reasonable, needs a little bit of something, but I think we can get there.
My hand's a little awkward, but I got one of the best cards in the deck. Some early defense. Yeah, I think it's a keep.
All right. I will take 2 and take 2 more policies.
I have 2 fires, an Omen of the Sun, a Chain to the Rocks, 2 Triomes, and a Steam Vents.
Okay. I will inconspicuously take your Chain to the Rocks.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nothing happening here for me? Okay.
Nothing at all. Good. Can you leave that up for me?
Sure.
Good.
Draw. I'm going to play a Raugrun Triome, pass to you.
Alright, I will play a Dragon Skull Summit and pass.
Catch you a Triome, your go.
Alright, for the love of God,
Did I draw
please,
Mystical Dispute?
please don't go anywhere.
No, I'm just kidding.
Go ahead.
That would have been so sick there.
That
Just
would've been
rip the
brutal.
Mystical Dispute. You know what I did draw though, Raja?
You had something.
I'm going to shock, I'll go to 18.
Is that fair?
It is Teferi.
It feels like it's fair.
It's definitely a Teferi.
This feels like it's fair.
Let's send that home.
Alright.
Right back where it belongs in your grubby little hands.
Oh! Don't bring my hands
They're
into
grubby!
this.
Draw. Oh, that's a tilt actually.
Alright. So Zach has seen a lot of cards since we thought seized them, so like there's a chance if I just replay this Thief Sanity that it's still just gonna get dealt with pretty easily. That being said, I'm not gonna hit my land drop this turn, so like I think we wanna just use our mana as efficiently as possible. So I will play Thief Sanity again.
Yep.
Good.
Draw. I'm gonna plus. Huh. Well, I can't really stop the Thief of Sanity. So I think I'm gonna shock 16, cast a Fires, and cast an Omen.
Okay.
And that'll get me 2 soldiers. I'll go back to 18. And I'll pass to you.
Alright. This draw wasn't exactly what we wanted, but not terrible either. Zach has a bunch of cards in his hand. I'm gonna start by thought seizing you. I think I want the information first.
Alright, I got a Fires and a Mystical Dispute.
Alright, well, dispute's kind of embarrassing here. So's the Fires. I wish I didn't cast this card.
Got him with the sick. My hand was so bad that you can't thought seize it play.
Alright, well, I can never get the Fires in play off the board ever, so like I might as well just
Take the dispute that doesn't
take the
do anything?
dispute. Yeah, I mean, like you can cast it during your turn when to fight over like a spell.
Sure.
Yeah, that's all I'll do. So I go to 14, and then I will.
Yo, the life total right, dude.
My bad, bro.
The people need to see it.
My bad, bro. God, I guess I just have to hope Zach whiffs for a turn. Yeah, let's
Tough decision here.
It really is.
You want to kill my Teferi, or you want to draw a card?
Actually, now that I think about it, I do want to just. I'll take you.
Take me?
Yeah.
All right.
You take 2.
Yeah, be careful with those. 16.
Alright, I will take this
That one?
one.
Is that one good?
Yeah, I'll bend these 2.
You've been a Teferi and ECD?
This one's pretty good.
Yikes.
And I'll stomp your Teferi.
Don't like that.
Go ahead.
Wow, so I was going to have a really good turn. Now it's less good, I guess. Draw. What does that do for me? What did you take? Holy cow. Oh, man. That is tough. So I think I'm going to start my turn by cycling this Triumph.
Okay.
Draw. That wasn't a very good draw. I guess it's better to just deaden your discard spells. So I'm going to play Fires for turn. Play... this isn't really doing that much to leave it tapped. I'd rather just get this in play to be able to use it.
Oh wow, that's a nice one.
And then my second spell return is going to be a Birth of Meletus.
Okay.
So I'm going to get me a Plains and pass to you.
Alright,
Or
really?
I'm going to attack for 2, sorry.
Yep, I'm at 12. We really want to draw a land here. Okay. So we know Zach's got no spells in his hand. So we're just gonna go ahead and just get in there with Mr. Thief Sanity. Once Zach finishes shuffling his library. Yep. Deal you 2. Trigger the thief. I will take the one target I have. Give Zach a little information.
So we think you have a really good one and one that could be anything.
Right.
One that was just the only spell. Could have also just taken a land. It could have been a 3-lander there. We don't know.
So I don't think my discard's ever going to be live again in this match. And I actually really just want to keep hitting lands. So I'm going to take 2 and cast a Thought Erasure.
So what's smart to play the Fires then?
Sure. I'll pin that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Draw for turn. Oh, I get a wall.
Oh, dude, nice.
Got a wall. I was going to make a pretty inappropriate joke. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'm going to play a Sacred Foundry for turn.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to pay 3 mana and put Yorion in my hand.
Yep.
Now,
That's a good one. I forgot about that one.
you know what? I'm not going to play the Sacred Foundry. I'm going to play the Plains.
Okay.
I'm doing this because Raja could have Mystical Dispute. Seeing you discard, I know that I don't think you brought it in, but I should still play around it. So I'm put Yorion in my hand. I'm going to cast Yorion.
I'll cast Draw on the Lock.
Alright, Yorion gets countered, and then I'm going to get to resolve the card I really wanted to resolve, which is the Dream Troll Urger.
Pretty nice.
And pass to you.
Alright, so we'll draw.
Wait, sorry. I was attack for 2.
Okay.
Everything was tapped.
I'm 8. Dream Trawler's a pretty good one. Not gonna lie. I think we're gonna take this opportunity to just... I'm gonna cast Elspeth Conqueror's Death.
Ooh, that's a good one. What are you going to target?
I'll target your Dream Trawler.
I will discard this to tap it. And
Okay.
give it hexproof.
Okay. And I will pass.
End of turn, I'm going to sacrifice my Omen to scry 2.
Okay. That's not good.
No, you know what? I'm supposed to bottom this one. Sorry.
Alright.
That was a really good one, but I need another land to use it, so we'll wait. I'm going to draw for turn, gain 2 life. Nice. 16. Then I'm going to play an Elspeth Conqueror's Death and hit your Thief of Sanity.
Yikes.
Then I'm going to combat. Attack with these 2, trigger, draw a card. Okay, you take 7.
1.
You turn. Oh, I guess I gained 5. I'm at 21.
Well, that would be a good one, except I don't have the thing that I need.
Dreamy T's too strong here.
I think I might have a chance if I had one more land, but I don't have another land, so yeah, I'm done.
I drew a steam vent, so I would have been able to protect it.
Well, I
Oh,
had
you had a Dream Trawler too.
I had Nicol Bolas plus Dread. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because you're doing response. Yeah, you're in pretty far. Yeah, I had a Dream Trawler too. My hand's pretty bad. It's 5 lands, 2 Nicol Bolas. Just doesn't interact early or put pressure on Zach at all anyway, so I'm gonna mulligan.
My hand has 3 Fires of Invention and no lands, so I'm also gonna ship.
Alright, going to 6 here. I'm gonna keep, and I think I'm gonna bottom this. I have enough of that, so it's probably just too much.
Yep, I like this hand. This is the clear odd one out with the land light nature of my hand, so I'm gonna bottom this and hope to find it later. And then the rest of the hand looks great.
Alright, I will pay 2 and 2 more.
Alright, I've got a Steam Vents, a Hallowed Fountain, and an Island, an Omen of the Sea, a Diovin's Veto, and a Teferi Time Reveler.
Alright, I'm going to take the Diovin's Veto.
That's ominous.
Good.
Draw. I'm gonna play a tapped Hallowed Fountain and pass to you.
Alright, I will play Thought Erasure.
I drew another Hallowed Fountain.
I'm going to take Omen of the Seas. And I will mill a Nicol Bolas. Good.
Here you go.
Go. Neat.
Good. Felt like he had something there, but I need to play it based on what's going on in my hand, because I need to find something here. I'll play this tapped and pass.
You have 2 cards?
3 cards.
3. I mean, there's a very high chance this fails, but Zach doesn't have that much interaction. He's playing an 80 card deck, and I don't think I'm going to get a better spot than this to jam.
Is it 5 mana Nicky B?
It is.
The results.
Alright. Plus.
I'm gonna exile planes from my hand.
Alright. So this feels like it's probably going to get ECD'd next turn.
How'd
but
you know?
It's fine. Yep.
ECD. Here you go.
I'll play Thief Sanity. Good.
Yep. Draw. Your non-creature spells cost 2 more.
Yep.
Which means this one is safe to resolve, so I'll play another ECD.
Gross.
Yep. Oh. Okay. Your go. How's Grixis against enchantments?
Feels really good. Feels very, very good. Yeah, I guess we just played.
Stomp.
So like, it's weird because like, Zach's only targets the fairy, and I don't want to like fuel it back into his graveyard for him to pick up again with ECD. It's kind of a weird tension there. But I guess I need to pressure it so he doesn't bounce his own ECD. So I'm gonna play One Crusher Giant.
Stomp.
I'll deal you 2 and then play One Crusher Giant.
Alright, I go to 18.
Good.
Draw for turn. Your non-creature spells are going to cost 2 more.
Yep.
This will go to second chapter. It'll return to Fairy with an extra loyalty counter, so he'll go to 5. And then... I think what I'm going to do here is play Birth of Meletus, get a Plains. Luckily we have 1 left, even though we exiled 1 earlier. Play the Plains for turn. I'm gonna bounce my ECD with the Fairy, draw, and then ECD your Bone Crusher,
Yep.
and then pass to you. Your non-creature spells still cost 2 more for the record.
Go.
So you know. Alright. Untap. This goes to 2. I get a wall. This goes to 2. Your non-creature spells cost 2 more again. Ooh, that's actually kind of sweet. I'm gonna plus to Fairy. I have a wall, sorry. I think I'm gonna put Yorion in my hand. And then I'm gonna play a Narset.
Okay.
Narset's gonna go up to 6. I'm gonna discard Yorion, draw a card. And then it'll be your go.
Alright. That's not gonna do it. You gotta love drawing 2 more disdainful strokes immediately after being Teferi leads. Immediately. Like, yeah. Yeah, that's just the fun of Teferi. Just
Well,
can't,
I also
can't,
have another ECD.
I just can't interact.
Teferi was good against you there, but ECD's the card that won, right?
EC is the card that won, but like I would have been able to get out of easily if it wasn't just getting back to Fairy. If it was getting back to something else, I could fight through that easily.
That was always the miserableness with Teferi, right?
Yeah, I acknowledged that earlier on in the
yeah.
video. Like it's just not.
Well, but Teferi was like actually manageable. Like Teferi in the format before ECD came out, it was good. It was always good, and then it started to fall off in Throne, and then ECD came out, and Teferi was just like right back to being one of the best cards in the format. It helped that Oko got banned, but
yeah, I think that's probably the bigger factor.
I mean, that's certainly a bigger factor, but ECD would have helped Teferi beat Oko, although, yeah, I don't know. That actually would have been, who knows how that would have played out. But basically, once ECD got printed, Teferi went from, like, being good to just, like, needing to be banned.
Yeah.
Because it's just so miserable. It was like you have to struggle through, getting off the table, and the second you do, ECD.
Yeah.
It's coming back, and you're down a card.
Yeah, like, not to, like, harp on this anymore, because we've already been beating this horse dead here, but, like, when it comes to play design, you do not want to encourage cards that say your opponent can't do what their deck is doing. And then in addition to that, like Teferi having the ability to interact with basically all the relevant permanents in the format without like a cost, like actually drawing a card off it too.
Yep.
It's just like at 3 mana is just so.
It's so good.
Just so much. It's way too much.
It's kind of unfortunate that it doesn't have an ultimate that wins the game.
Yeah,
They would have
been playable if it didn't have that, but.
No, in all seriousness, I've said it like a few times on video. I really think they messed up on Teferi's passive, and that it should have just been opponents can't cast spells during your turn, because it's annoying enough that like it turns off counterspells and like interacting on your turn, but it's just heinous that it like stops some random interactions on their turn, like
Bloodbraid Elf.
Yeah, Bloodbraid Elf.
Bring to Light.
Yeah, like you can't bring to light. Like, why does it stop all of that? It shouldn't stop that.
Yeah.
It like I had it the other day where my opponent played it to Teferi, and I was like, oh, this is no big deal. I'm gonna Torrential Gearhulk eliminate it on my turn. Play my Torrential Gearhulk. Oh, I can't cast Eliminate out of my graveyard because of Teferi.
Yep.
It's like, come on.
Or Spell Queller, like
Yeah, there's
Spell
just all
Queller
these
dies,
things,
and all of a sudden
yeah.
that card can't be played again.
There's all these things where it was just like, you know, Arcane Laboratory is a card. It's a 3-mana spell that just says players can't cast spells on your turn. Or maybe that's a green one. There's a card that does it. There's a 3-mana enchantment that says players can't cast spells on your turn.
Okay.
I think it's a green one, maybe. But, like, it would have been good enough if that was just what it did. Like, if that was the passive, the card still would have been just, like, very good.
Yeah.
And people would still would have played it. So the fact that it's just they can only play at sorcery speed is just super annoying. Like, you can't even fight a counter... Like, you should be able to fight a counterfeit on your turn if I have a Teferi in play.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep,
But-
that's true. And, like, just to, like, highlight the fact that, like, Grixis has obvious problems, I couldn't interact with enchantments here. Additionally, like, if Nicol Bolas had just been Teferi Hero of Dominaria, I would be able to uptap 2 lands and cast the Disdainful Strike out of my hand.
Yep.
And so, like, you see why Teferi, like, is much better than Nicol Bolas in that regard.
Yep. It's a shame because Nicol Bolas is a sweet card. It would have been cool if it was ever, like, very good, but
Yeah.
it was never quite good enough in this matchup, that's for sure.
No, I didn't feel like it.
All
Well,
right.
it did feel like it for you when you had it in play.
Well, yeah, it was really good on my side.
I
did
had
enjoy it.
I had it in play for like what 5 turns and
Yeah.
just didn't feel like it did
Didn't
enough.
Did anything? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happens when you keep drawing downfalls?
Well, it's also I didn't draw downfalls
Oh, that's
actually,
true, that's true.
but what I did notice was that you were Nicol Bolas was really embarrassing against your omens.
Yep.
Because you just spent so many turns just exiling omens to it, which
Yep.
was just like it feels like it's almost like it didn't get the second effect. It was just one. It was just +1 draw card.
Yep.
So
Which you could do better things to have that happen.
for sure.
Okay, well, thanks everybody for watching us. Remember again, we're encouraging people to comment on videos with game match-ups they'd like to see, game types, anything you want to see. You want to leave a comment saying, hey, I want to see Raja playing Grixis Downfalls versus Zach playing SRAM. Let us know. We'll play it. But please don't suggest that. I'm not a SRAM guy anymore. Don't give me that
You
look.
sure?
I'm not a SRAM guy anymore. What is
That's
that
what they
look?
all say.
What does that look? We're off it. We had a ugly breakup. It's over, SRAM.
I'll see Zach in Discord tonight playing SRAM.
Don't no. Come on, no. Okay, so yeah. Remember, also, if you like the video and the content we're making here, remember to leave a like. It helps us grow the channel. It helps us keep things moving here, so we would really appreciate it. And with that, we'll talk to you next time.
See you guys.